Hello everyone, happy Monday, happy Jupiter-Saturn conjunction, happy Winter Solstice. Prior to this, we had two eclipses, one partial eclipse with a full moon, and then we had the new moon, and now we have this going on today, and then we have a full moon in Cancer coming up as well. And there are just so many transits going on that are intentionally, divinely aligning us towards our higher selves. As a collective, we are all experiencing a shift. We are all being impacted by this energy that is going on in the universe, that is going on in the astral transits, in the stars. And there are so many resources out there for you if you want to learn more about the astrological insights for today and for this age of Aquarius, for this new beginning, for this new era, for this collective awakening. If you want to learn more on the astrological side, in the astrological language, there are so many resources out there for you, so many people, amazing people to follow, YouTube videos to watch. So I'm not going to touch on that, and I couldn't even if I wanted to, because I'm not fluent in astrology. But I do want to touch on a few things with the intention to bring you some clarity, to bring you some peace, and to provide you with some perspective as to the significance of this moment in time. And I do want to recommend that if you are at all curious to really learn more about what is going on, to learn more about this conjunction and this winter solstice, and this new era, the Age of Aquarius, divine femininity, balancing with divine masculinity. There's literally just so much going on. And it's also divine, and it's also beautiful. And the more that I look up on it, the more mind blown that I am, because it's just all so amazing. But I want to make this video very digestible and very, very simple for you. Very simply put, we are experiencing a collective awakening, and this is something that isn't just happening today. We have been leading up to this moment. I mean, let's just look back at everything that happened this year. And if you've had honest and vulnerable conversations with the people around you, you'll notice that there has been this pattern of people being led to solitude. People being led to confronting themselves, people doing shadow work, people looking at their inner child, people being curious to learn more about healing themselves, people who have experienced such extreme levels of discomfort that changed their whole lives and are leading them towards a new path. We are all being affected by this energy, by this awakening, by these transits, and we have been for the past couple of years, really honestly forever. But as we approach it more, the more heightened and apparent and confrontational the energy becomes. So in parallel, coupled with this collective awakening, we are really entering a new era, a new beginning, the Age of Aquarius. And Aquarius is an air sign. Its natural element is air. With that said, the Age of Aquarius brings us a breath of fresh air, right? Think of it as like walking into a breath of fresh air. What does that look like? What does that feel like? That is a completely new beginning. That is like kind of like a sigh of relief of like all this turbulence, all this change that has been happening, all this friction, and now it's like you know, like finally things are starting to feel lighter. The weight is starting to be lifted off. The fog is starting to clear. Things are becoming things are starting to make more sense as to why things were happening in our lives the way that they have leading up to this point. Now there are some important things to take note of when there is an awakening, when there is a new beginning. What happens when there is a new beginning? There has to be change. There has to be endings. With awakenings, there has to be, awakening is light. And with light comes darkness. So, because we are not all vibrating on the same frequency, we are all going to be impacted by this awakening, by this leveling up, by this new beginning in different ways. Now, you may have noticed there's a pattern of more guides, more astrologers, more tarot readers, more oracle readers, more psychics, more intuitives, more diviners, etc., coming out, because we are here to help the collective awaken. And true light workers have done the shadow work. We have confronted our darkness. We have done the self-work so that we can then properly guide and help others towards their awakening. True light workers, true self-healers, true healers know that awakening and manifestation and all of that isn't all like this beautiful experience. We know that there is a lot of darkness involved in the awakening. The reason why that is because if we look at the natural, and I was talking to a friend about this morning, if we look at the natural being of light, what happens when there is light? What does the sun do? It casts shadows. This is why some people will become triggered by positive people, people who are in their power, people who are in their element, in high frequencies, because they are light and they cast the shadow in others. This is also on that same note, if you are a light worker, if you are someone who naturally is a light to others and to the world, you may notice that people are triggered by you because you are casting their shadows. Your light is making people confront their darkness because that is the natural being of light. Another thing that happens with light, with awakening, is that it is uplifting the frequency and the vibrations. So if you are bringing up the vibrations and you are clearing the space with light energy, what do you need to do in order to vibrate higher and to experience light in both definitions of light, like sunlight, like beaming light, and also lightness, like lightness as a feather? What do you have to do in order to reach that state of being? You have to let go. You have to drop the dead weight. You have to drop the dense energies of low vibrations, because emotions like anger and grief and shame and guilt are all very dense emotions that weigh you down. That's why when you have these, when you are depressed and when you are angry, it depletes your energy because it's heavy. So all of this is coming up for people. This is why you may have felt like so much is becoming unearthed in you, because of this energy of being uplifted that we are all experiencing right now to reach this awakening. So since we are experiencing, whether we like it or not, we don't really have the option to opt out on this collective awakening. What do we have to do in order to vibrate higher? We have to drop the dead weight. We have to drop what is weighing us down. We have to drop what is no longer serving us, because we have to clear the space. We have to make our energy lighter. What is also happening with vibrating higher is this natural state of being, of things being uplifted, of things rising, of things being unearthed. So because of this, whatever it is that we have been suppressing, whatever it is that we have been ignoring and pushing aside and sweeping under the rug, is now being uncovered. And again, we have seen this theme of dismantling, of the truth coming out, of truths being revealed. We have seen this happening all over the world. So this is why some people may not be feeling called to do manifestation work today, to be thinking about what their goals are, and to be making a plan. Because if you don't feel like you are in this space, like you have the capacity and the energy to think, to be manifesting and setting your intentions, you have more releasing to do, and that is okay. Follow that. Keep letting go. Keep confronting yourself and letting go, and trusting whatever emotions and intuitions are coming up for you right now. You are still in alignment, because confronting your darkness and doing the releasing and closing out karmic cycles and healing your trauma is all a part of the awakening. There is nobody on this planet who is enlightened and awakened who didn't go through that period, through seasons of darkness. We all have to go through that. We all have to confront ourselves. We all have to heal ourselves, and that journey never ends. So if you're not feeling called right now to be manifesting and setting your intentions, keep releasing. Keep dropping that weight. You are in alignment. Don't be hard on yourself, because this is all a part of the process. And today isn't the only day for you to tap into powers and manifest. This is simply, we're stepping into this new beginning. And this energy of the era of Aquarius is going to be with us for years to come. So confront yourself now, release now, do the work now. Stop avoiding what it is that you need to heal, because you will get to your awakening. It all is going to make sense. It all is divine. You are on the way to your awakening and vibrating higher and stepping into the life that you deserve and you dream of. So again, we can't necessarily just opt out of the universal energy that we are experiencing right now, of the awakening and uplifting of consciousness expansion that is taking place. So if you ignore the self-work that you need to do, you are just going to become increasingly more uncomfortable, simply put, because you are clashing with the energies and this natural vibrating higher of frequencies that we are experiencing right now. You are going to be, if you are rejecting it, there's another word for it that I'm looking for. If you are in opposition to the work, to the healing, to the light, you are just going to be stuck in darkness. You are just going to be keeping yourself in this density, and it's not going to feel good. So for those of you who are still there, who aren't at the point of lightness and clarity and the desire to set your intentions, I'm encouraging you to journey with grace, to have faith, to have the tunnel vision of the light at the end of the tunnel, to know that this is a part of the process, to trust the process, to know that your ascension and the light and the awakening is coming for you. Okay? I can tell you myself that I was there and I'm still working through things now. The healing never ends. So please don't get discouraged. We are all on the way. We are all going to experience divine alignment, and it is all for our higher good, even if it may not make sense to you right now. Now, for those of you that are feeling inspired, who do feel more clear-headed, who are coming out of this period of darkness, and you feel inspired, you have this lightness, you're probably also still going through things that you need to heal, because again, the healing never ends. But take advantage of this moment. Keep uplifting your frequencies. Keep vibrating higher. Keep be setting your intentions. Envision your dream reality, because right now is the time to believe in miracles. Right now is the time to believe in yourself, to have courage, to be boundless, to set big goals and big dreams, and follow your heart. Most importantly, for everybody, follow your heart, because heart is where the love is. And when you are leading a life of love, you are contributing to the higher goodness of humanity and of the collective. And that is what this moment in time, this era is all about, is contributing to the higher goodness of humanity, of our species, of Earth. And so when you are intentionally leading your life with love, with your heart, with your passions, you are going to be rewarded, because that is exactly what the universe wants more of. When we are all doing the healing, when we are all following our heart, we are in alignment with the universe. Okay, so this video ended up being a lot longer than I expected. I was also going to delve into teaching you how to consciously and actively be vibrating higher and uplifting your energies, and also giving you some prompts in setting your intentions, but that will make this video so much longer, and I also want to enjoy my day and really be holding space for myself. So I will save that for another couple of videos. But I hope that this brought you some clarity, and I hope that you feel less left out in what's going on, because none of us are left out in the divinity of what is going on right now. We are all a part of this new beginning, and we are all being led to our higher selves. Blessings to you all.